they try to add to a 4-3 lead with Alonso, who is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
And Alonso drives one to deep center field. Back goes Brinson, takes a look, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso with his first major league home run! A 3-run bomb to center field. Alonso makes the first one a big one, and it's 7-3 New York in the ninth.
Alonso pounces on home plate with the biggest swing of that young man's life.
And Alonso hits one to center field, hit pretty well. Robles back on the track at the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso with his first Citi Field home run to dead central to get the Mets back within a run. The Mets' fourth solo home run of the day. Alonso's first in Flushing.
I love Alonso already here at Citi Field.
And Alonso drives one deep left field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Pete Alonso gets the Mets within a run with a 3-run homer. 9 home runs in his first 93 major league at-bats. The 9 home runs for Alonso ties the Mets club record for the most ever before the 1st of May. And Pete Alonso bats with the go-ahead run at first. Pete's already driven in 2 runs tonight with a pair of singles. And he drives one to deep left. Forget that. That is way out of here. A monstrous home run off the bat of Pete Alonso to give the Mets the lead. An absolute majestic bomb.
449 feet, 115 miles an hour off the bat.
So 1 away now, Pete Alonso. And he hits it in the air to deep left field. Forget that. Off the facing of the third deck. Pete Alonso out of sight. 3-run homer, number 23, 3-1 New York. He hit it in home run derby territory. 458 feet on that bomb. I mean, this guy.
Gary.
Unlimited ability to hit the ball incredible distances. Needs 1 more home run to tie Darryl Strawberry's Mets rookie home run record. And Peanuts will rock it out to right center field. Back goes Almora near the wall. It's out of here. Not only did Pete tie Strawberry's record, he also set a new National League record for most home runs ever by a rookie before the All-Star break. Alonso deep to center field. Forget that. Another home run for Alonso deep into the bleachers. And that's the record for Alonso. His 27th home run of the year. A new Mets single season rookie record that had been held by Darryl Strawberry since 1983. And Alonso hits one out of sight. That ball heads for the second deck and beyond, up into the third deck.
Pete Alonso with a titanic home run. How's that for your home run derby myth? Number 31 of the year for Alonso, and that might have been the most impressive shot of all 31. Alonso, it's this one deep in the air to center. A high ride as Inciarte watches, and it's long gone. Pete Alonso drowned that baseball. It's his 39th of the year. It ties Cody Bellinger for the National League all-time rookie record. 451 feet. 0-2 pitch. Hammers this ball to left, and that's going to be number 40. Way back and long gone. Pete Alonso becomes just the 4th Met ever to have a 40 home run season. He's the first National League rookie to ever do it.
A lot more history is going to be coming for Alonso.
Pete Alonso set to lead off the home 4th inning.
Alonso sitting on 41 home runs.
Rockets one out to right field. Back goes Castellanos at the wall. It's out of here. Pete Alonso has the Mets club record. His 42nd home run. 58 years of Mets baseball, and no one has ever hit more home runs in a season as a New York Met than the rookie, Pete Alonso. A stunning feat for a first-year player. The first rookie to own his team's single-season home run record since 1938. And it's Pete Alonso in 2019. So now Alonso, 49 home runs on the season, leading the major leagues. And Pete crashes one deep right center field. That's headed toward the wall. It's out of here. Number 50, Pete Alonso, deep into the night. Only the 2nd rookie in Major League history to hit 50 home runs in a season. And Pete hit one out of sight into the Ohio night. The first Met ever to hit 50 home runs in a season. And he's now bearing down on Judge's all-time rookie record of 52.
Another rousing ovation for Pete. Many fans climbing to their feet to salute the man who will certainly be the National League Rookie of the Year, who's hit 52 home runs, tying baseball's rookie record. Hits it high in the air, right center field. Hamilton looks back. He's at the wall. He leaps. It's gone! Home run! Number 53! And Pete Alonso stands alone as Major League Baseball's rookie home run king. And a crowd that came here to see a historic feat is all on its feet to celebrate Pete Alonso.
53 home runs for Pete Alonso, Major League rookie record. And what a moment in New York tonight.
So Smith is the free runner at second. Alonso the batter. 7-7 bottom of the 10th.
That's driven deep down the left field line toward the stands. It's out of here. Pete Alonso wins it with a walk-off two-run homer in the bottom of the 10th, and the Mets yank it out 9-7.
After the death of the franchise Tom Seaver, the Mets have pulled off a stunning comeback for the franchise against their rivals from the Bronx.
I said Tom Seaver was a renaissance man. He was a great pitcher, he was a great winemaker, and he is one hell of a script writer too, evidently.
So here's Alonso. Hit his 30th home run yesterday.
And Alonso rockets one to deep left center field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Pete Alonso, his 100th career home run. Number 31 of the year. Two-run shot for Alonso. He's hit triple digits for his career. And the Mets have the early lead in Miami.
Bases loaded, one out, and Pete Alonso coming to the plate. Mets trying to break a scoreless tie in the 5th. He gets one in the air to deep left field. Back toward the corner goes Thomas. Right back near the wall. It's out of here! Grand slam, Pete Alonso!
107 career home runs for Pete, his first with the bases loaded. Now the Mets have the tying run at second. The free runner Lindor.
And Alonso cracks one, and the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight, a two-run bomb into the second deck for Pete Alonso. The Mets walk off with a 7-6 win. Oh, wow! Jump shot and a jump on home plate. 7-6 and 10.
Here's Alonso with Lindor at second.
Alonso hits one deep to left field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Pete Alonso, number 39, and he's now the all-time single-season Mets RBI leader. 125 runs batted in, breaking the record held by Mike Piazza and David Wright.
So the Mets are into the San Diego bullpen. Pete Alonso, who's walked and struck out, will lead off. And a drive in the air to left. There she goes. A long home run for Alonso. Deep into the lower left field stands. And the Mets are back in front. It is 3-2 New York. Pete Alonso's first postseason home run.
Alonso raising his arms to the fans to pump them up. I don't think they need it at this point. This place has been electric, and Pete Alonso brings the crowd to their feet even more with that line drive home run.
And Pete gets a hold of one to center field. Back goes Chisholm, right back near the wall, and it's out of here.
Back-to-back home runs, Lindor and Alonso.
Career home run number 150 for Pete Alonso. That pushes him past Carlos Beltran into 6th place all-time on the Mets home run list. So now it's Alonso. One big swing of Pete's bat.
Can win it.
Alonso drives one deep left field. Really going back. It's out of here. And the Mets win it. Into the second deck. Alonso, a 3-run shot, and the Mets walk it off for the first time this year.
Pete Alonso has won the game. The Polar Bear has done it tonight.
And the best home run hitter in baseball wins it in the bottom of the 10th with a 3-run blast.
Well, the way they pounced on Pete Alonso, they almost turned the Polar Bear into a Cub.
Tying run at the plate in a 7-3 game. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Pete flies one to right field. Back goes Brennan to the warning track at the wall.
It's out of here! A game-tying grand slam from Pete Alonso. Oppo salami, and it's 7-7. Third career grand slam for Pete Alonso. He's homered in 4 straight games for the second time in his career. His 71st home run at Citi Field, tying him with Lucas Duda for the Citi Field record. What a moment.
Here's Alonso with McNeil at first.
That's drilled down the left field line by Alonso toward the wall. It's out of here! Number 40 for Pete Alonso.
Pete has just joined some pretty exclusive company. He is the 5th player in Major League history with now 3 or more seasons with 40 or more home runs in a player's first 5 years in the big leagues.
There are 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up Pete Alonso.
He sends one deep to right field. Ranging back is Nootbaar at the wall. There it is. History for Pete Alonso. Home run number 200. Just the 4th Met all-time to hit the mark.
And this crowd, as that ball was rising up and out over the plate and out to right center, they rose with it. They knew there was a little bit of history behind that home run.
Second inning, Pete Alonso leads off. High fly ball, deep center field. McCarthy back to the warning track at the wall, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso puts the Mets in front. A booming shot to center field, his 29th of the year, and it's 1-0 New York. And with that, passes Mike Piazza on the Mets all-time home run list, his 221st. He now trails only David Wright and Darryl Strawberry.
The tying runs are on. The Brewers lead 2-0, and Pete Alonso, who struggled this year in his walk year, 0 for 3 today. But if he has another dramatic swing in him, he may earn a new contract all with that one swing. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Pretty well hit. Frelick back at the wall. He jumps. It's gone. He did it. He did it. Pete Alonso with the most memorable home run of his career. Pumps as fast as he rounds second. It's a 3-run homer. He's given the Mets a 3-2 lead. They all pour out of the dugout. Alonso on his way to home plate. They're waiting for him. Pete Alonso keeps this fairy tale season going with the fairy tale swing of his career. 3-2 New York.
Here's Pete Alonso. And he swings at the first pitch. Launches it to right. Back Castellanos. Pete Alonso back at Citi Field. 1-0 New York. Pete Alonso in the biggest game he's played at Citi Field in his 6-year Met career takes Aaron Nola deep yet again.
That right there, you go upper tank to right field. That's an absolute bomb.
It is impossible to ignore the possibility this might be Pete Alonso's last game as a New York Met. They have to win here to push the season to Los Angeles. The 2-1 lifted in the air to right center field and deep. Pages back, still going. It's going to go. Home run! Pete Alonso, a 3-run homer right in front of the 7-line Army to the right of the 408 mark. Alonso with his 4th postseason home run, and the Mets are leading by a score of 3-0.
I'll tell you what, Pete got every nook and cranny of this thing. That was 114 miles an hour off the bat. It went 432 feet.
Now Alonso coming up. And Alonso drives one to deep left field. Back toward the corner. It is out of here. Pete Alonso strikes again. His 2nd home run of the day. His 17th home run of the year.
Wow.
He goes past David Wright into 2nd place all by himself on the Mets all-time home run list. A 2-run shot for Alonso to make it 12-3 New York.
Unreal. One away. Now Pete Alonso, who homered last night, his 23rd of the year, the 249th of his Mets career.
And Pete drives one to deep left center. Forget that. Pete Alonso, 250. 3-run bomb, 3-0 New York. 250 career home runs for Pete Alonso. That's 1 milestone. The next one is 2 home runs away.
Pete Alonso leading off for the Mets. 1 away from Darryl Strawberry and the Mets all-time record.
Swinging a high fly, left center field. Collins going back to the wall. Gone! How sweet it is! Pete Alonso has tied Darryl Strawberry with his 252nd home run. Tied for the franchise record. It gives the Mets a 1-0 lead in the top of the 2nd.
Darryl Strawberry, you've got some company.
Already has the ball in his hand. 963rd game in a Mets uniform for Pete Alonso. Darryl hit number 252 in his 1,106th game.
And Pete drives one to deep right center field, headed back toward the wall. It's out of here! Out of here! Pete Alonso stands alone! The polar bear on his own private iceberg. Pete Alonso, the most prolific home run hitter in New York Mets history. 253 home runs, more than any Met has ever hit in the blue and orange. And Pete Alonso got to come back after there was a question whether he would leave as a free agent. And one of the things on his agenda was to pass Darryl Strawberry for the all-time home run record, and Pete has now accomplished that. Strawberry had held the record since May the 3rd, 1988, and now 37 and a half years later, Pete Alonso breaks Darryl's mark.
Look at that smile. A laser beam to right center field. Got himself a fastball right down the pipe. Opted the opposite gap. Congratulations.